Okay, let's drop some secrets on saving money with your Fuji X-T10, X-T1, or upcoming X Pro 2. Um, I've tested all the Fuji lenses, but it is the case where sometimes you want to use your current existing Nikkor lenses. I'm going to show you four lenses and two secondaries, which are a little bit more expensive, but primarily these first four right here. Why you want them and why you don't want something else. So, give you a little bit of illumination on something that will just rock out on your Fuji. Now, I don't know if you have a Metabones adapter for your Fuji, but if you don't have one yet, you should get it. These are chromium plated brass. They are made in China, but actually, if Zeiss were to produce an adapter, I couldn't actually imagine them producing one better than this. As far as quality, fit, and finish, it's actually excellent. These are $100. This is a Nikon F mount to Fuji X mount. There's nothing there but a case. I said it is chrome plated brass. It's the best $100 you'll ever spend for your Fuji system. Let's talk about some Nikkor primes. Now, there obviously are a lot of opportunities, but people make mistakes on what they want to get for their Fuji. Here's mistake number one, and this is why I have these four lenses lined up here. I'm going to show you a mistake people make. Now, this is a D-series 50mm Nikkor. It's a screw drive lens. Now, it certainly is lightweight, so use the Metabones adapter. It would be nice and lightweight, but it's got one issue. Okay, the issue is that when manually focusing this lens, it has too much give. There's just way too much play there. They're all that way. The D-series autofocus lenses, there's just too much play. You can actually focus something at f1.8 where you get a nice shallow depth of field. It's like, oh, you got it, and as soon as you let go of the lens, it'll slip on you. So that's the reason why you don't want this lens. You want a nice lightweight lens. Now, it is a case you can use with the Metabones adapter the non-AI Nikkor lenses, which are typically 30 or 40 bucks a pop. A lot of those are really nice, and it is the case, of course, that the DX sensor on your Fuji is going to be using the best part of that lens. The same way you cut the crusts off your sandwich and eat the best part of the bread on your sandwich. Your DX sensor, using the Metabones adapter, or any of these FX lenses, even on a full-frame sensor, any of these full-frame lenses on a DX sensor Nikon, is going to use the centermost, brightest, sharpest, best part of the lens. It will be the case with the Metabones adapter also. But the question then remains is, okay, now I know I need lenses that actually have enough resistance so that when I actually dial it in, if I jiggle the camera a little bit after I let go of it, or if I let go of it and my finger slips a little bit, it's not going to knock my focus out. So I want them to be lightweight, then I want them to hold their focus on the manual focus. So, what are the best four lenses that I can recommend? These are all low element count prime lenses. They're all exquisite. They're all very cheap. Now, if you actually include the Metabones adapter, you're looking at just these four lenses right here, which is 50mm, 100mm f2.8, the 135mm f3.5, or 2.8. I've chosen the 3.5 because it's a little bit smaller. It's 4-element count lens versus 5, but it's a tinier lens, just as sharp as the 2.8, obviously not as fast, but big deal, 2.8, 3.5, and the 200mm f4. You are looking at, if you snag them at the correct price, you're looking at $350 plus another $100 for the Metabones adapter. So the Metabones adapter and these four lenses, $450. So four lenses and the adapter for $450 total. And I can tell you right now, you'll flat out kick butt with these lenses. You probably already have one or two of these lenses. Now this one is a bit of a rare bird. And you're asking, why would I want the 100mm f2.8 instead of the 100mm f2.5? Well, the 100mm f2.5 is a really, really nice lens, but it is damn heavy, and it's not as easy or as pleasurable to sit there and finger dial with a pinky finger on the end of your Metabones adapter when using your Fuji. You're going to actually have to wrap some gorilla fingers around the lenses, like with 105 f2.5, and actually manual focus that lens. The second lens I have here is the 135mm f3.5. Like I said, typically you can grab this for 120 bucks. I've grabbed more than a few of these at 60 bucks. The Nikkor 200mm f4. All of these are extremely exquisite low element count primes. They all work beautifully on their Fuji. The only issue here with the E-series, both of these are E-series by the way, this 100mm f2.8 and this 50mm f1.8 E-series Nikkor, is that the price, since I actually mentioned how awesome this lens is, the price has actually kind of skyrocketed. I mean, you still can get it for 50 bucks, but the price has basically gone up to 85 bucks. That is, alas, unfortunately, all my fault. I assume it'll settle down at some point. But just because these are actually budget lenses, the thing is, 1970's idea of budget is 2016's idea of high quality. So when people say, "Oh, that's an E series, that's a budget lens," yeah, but we're talking about budget in 1970s. So their definition of budget back then is our definition of really high quality. So that is why you want to avoid these D-series autofocus Nicors. Even though they're very lightweight, they aren't going to hold focus. So they're not going to be good for manually focusing. You want something that is easy to focus, yet has enough resistance that when you're done focusing, it's going to stay in place. And these are the four best that I recommend. Now, the lenses after that for other focal primes would be the Voigtlander 20mm f3.5 and the Voigtmillimeter 28mm. However, these lenses are respectively about $400 a pop. So instead of having just one of those lenses for basically $400 or $450, although I do highly recommend them, they're exquisite to use on the Fuji with the Metabones adapter. For the cost of one of these lenses, you could have all four of these and the Metabones adapter. And that is a world better. So these are the four that I recommend for your Fuji system. And these four, with the adapter, you should have the adapter, period. Because you can use cheap, awesome non-AI Nikkor lenses once you have the Metabones adapter. Nikon F mount to Fuji X mount. You can call up Robert's Photo and grab one from them. But instead of saving up for your next Fuji lens, how about you consider getting 4 lenses and a Metabones adapter? You'll have a much wider spectrum of happiness and usefulness, and these lenses will never go down in value as long as you don't destroy them. And they're built to last more than a lifetime. And they're really damn sharp on your Fuji camera. They're sharp on actually on any camera. But these are a real pleasure to use. They're lightweight, especially these two E series right here. So that's my recommendation for the best prime lenses, non-Fuji X mount, to use your Metabones adapter. And take that recommendation to heart. If you buy any of these lenses or all of them, you will be nothing less than 100% completely happy. So I wanted to drop that secret to you on saving money on your lenses for your Fuji. You should have a Metabones adapter. And the cost of one Fuji lens, actually much less than the cost of most Fuji lenses, just one of them, you can have all 4 and the adapter. Stop repeating yourself. Okay, I will stop. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you get any questions or anything. I'd like to be helpful. And if you like this video, drop me a buck or two, or you can tell me to go take a flying leap off a deep cliff ravine, which some of you have in the past. So whatever makes you happy, I'm here to help, and thanks for watching. Bye!